Welcome back to the Forest of Ayutthaya in Corsica for a relaxing morning flow to help you connect with your true self. Not who you think you are, nor who people think you are, but your true identity. As you flow, try to connect to that still small voice within that reminds you of who you are. And there will be an opportunity at the end of the practice for you to learn a practical way to feel more balanced and calm in your mind through a breathing technique called Nadi Shodhana, or alternate nostril breathing. You may need a tissue, so have one handy just in case. With that being said, let's begin this morning practice and enjoy this reconnection. Good morning, friends. We're going to begin standing at the back of the mat in Tadasana. Hands open, facing the front. Arms are resting down at our sides. Our intention this morning is connecting to who you truly are. Let's lift our hands up to the sky and bring them down to our heart. One more time like that, lifting up, stretching, and bringing them down to the heart. Let's connect to our intention of connection. How are you feeling today? What's going on in your heart this morning? Cultivate awareness and connect to yourself, to the universe, the divine, whatever you would like to draw close to this morning. Let's lift up to the sky and fold forward. Bend the knees, grab your elbows, and let's rock side to side, gently finding some movement. And let's walk the hands forward in plank pose. From here, let's bend the knees. Shift your weight back into your feet, pushing through your hands as you sit almost onto your heels in our low dog position, and then shoot forward into plank. And we're going to again come back into our low dog. Knees are hovering above the mat, and let's come back to plank. Low dog, and then shoot forward into plank. And release chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Next, we're going to do our sun salutation C. So let's step or hop to the top of the mat, lift up halfway, and roll up slowly. Hands coming down to the mat, lift halfway, and step the right foot back into our low lunge. Look up. Press into the hands, step back to plank, and flow it out, ending in downward dog. Left leg lifts and steps forward into our low lunge again, and the right foot steps into our forward fold, rolling up, lifting up to mountain pose, and hands come to heart. Reconnecting to our intention, and then let's lift back up to the sky, fold forward, and step the right foot again back, lifting up into our low lunge. Step to plank, chaturanga dandasana, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Left leg lifts up, steps between the hands into our low lunge, and the right foot steps forward into forward fold. We're going to lift up, roll up into mountain pose. Hands come to heart, and we're going to lift up again, fold forward. Right leg steps back into our high lunge now. Folding forward into pyramid over the left leg. Lift up to high lunge. And fold forward again into pyramid. Stretching out those legs, finding strength here. Hold in our high lunge. And we're going to step the left foot back and up into three-legged dog. Bending the knees, stacking the hips. You can flex the foot or point the toes. And we're going to make a few knee circles here. So making as wide of a circle as you can with that left knee. Breathing deeply, opening up the hips, lubricating those joints. Holding here, and if this is accessible for you today, you can drop back into our Wild Thing. Bring the hips down, lifting back up to Wild Thing. Hold here, breathe deeply, and the hips drop back down to the mat. Lifting back, each time coming up, we're finding a slightly deeper back bend if possible. And we're going to pivot back to three-legged dog. Reaching up with the left foot, bend the knee, and we're going to find our sleepy pigeon pose. Left knee comes close to the left thumb. And before we release down, we're just going to find some motion in the torso with the head. Releasing forward, rolling back up slowly. And then when you're ready, coming into our sleepy pigeon. We're trying to square off the hips. And let's come up. Tuck the back toe, and we're going to step back to down dog. Step or hop to forward fold. Rolling up slowly to mountain, hands come to the heart. And lifting up again, folding forward. Bend both knees and step the left foot back now. We're going to do that whole sequence again on the other leg. Folding forward into pyramid, coming back to high lunge. Holding our high lunge, sinking deep, and folding forward to pyramid, back to high lunge, stretching up to the sky, hands come down to the mat, step back to three-legged dog, and the right leg is bent, and we're going to make our knee circles on this side, just making as wide of a circle as you can, opening up that right hip. And holding here, stacking the hips before we release into our Wild Thing, or you can just stay in that position. We're going to bring the hips down to the mat and open up again a few times. Just doing this at your own pace, maybe only doing it twice, whatever your body needs today. And when you're ready, we're going to hold our Wild Thing, really opening up, stretching, and let's pivot back to three-legged dog. Right knee bends, and finding our sleepy pigeon on the other leg. Squaring off the hips, trying to bring the left hip close to the mat. And we're going to just do a few spinal rolls in this position. Head comes up last and releases last down to the mat. Just feeling some great movement here. And when you're ready, release onto your elbows, or you can stay on your hands, whatever is best for you today. Let's lift back up, tuck the back toes, step to downward facing dog, bend the knees, step or hop to the front, roll up to mountain pose, stretching up, and hands come to the heart. Let's reach up one more time, fold forward, bend the knees, and we're going to step back, seated on our heels, breathing deeply, taking a few breaths to recenter. Then we're going to get ready for our Lalasana. So we're going to plant the hands in front, come onto the tops of our feet, and try to lift one foot up at a time. So really engaging our core and our arms here. Let's do this at your pace. And then release down to the mat again. Let's roll out our wrists a bit. And coming into child's pose. Reconnecting to how you're feeling this morning. And let's lift up. Bring the right foot close to the chest. Grab the right foot with the left hand. And you can keep the knee bent, or you can extend the leg and open up to the right side, looking back over your right shoulder, reaching back with the right hand. Breathing deeply into this twist. And when you're ready, bring the gaze forward, and the right hand grabs the right foot, bringing it back down to the mat. And let's release, extending both legs out in front, and we're switching sides, grabbing the left foot with the right hand, opening up to the left side, left arm reaching back, and if you would like to, you can extend the left leg as well. Reaching back, lengthening through the spine, finding length in the legs as well, the arms. Take a deep breath in. And exhale out. Coming back to center, grabbing the foot with both hands, releasing it down to the mat, extending both legs, lifting up, flexing the feet, and folding forward into Paschimottanasana, or seated forward fold. And this is our morning flow, so your legs, your hamstrings may be a bit tight, so you can bend the knees. Let's lift up, point the toes, hands release behind the back. We're going to lift up into our reverse plank, throwing the head back, squeezing the glutes, pushing through the feet and the hands, and releasing back down to the mat. We're going to come to the center of our mat. We're going to prepare for our alternate nostril breathing. Your right thumb comes to the right nostril. We're going to breathe through the left nostril. Plug the left nostril with the ring finger and exhale through the right nostril, breathing in through the right nostril, plugging it with the thumb and switching again, and then exhaling through the left nostril, and just doing that a few times at your own rhythm, at your own pace. The pinky finger and the ring finger are extended, the other two are bent, cleansing both hemispheres of the brain through this breathing exercise, taking deep breaths. And when you're ready, we're going to release the hands to the knees. Lift them up to the sky and finding a side bend in the right side, so releasing the left hand down to the mat, back to center, and releasing to the right side, opening through the side body, back to center. Hands come together, releasing down to the heart. Deep inhale and exhale. Namaste.